everybody, Rachel Teeny here with your 13 Now Evening update on this March 7th. And we have a lot to get to today. First, I want to start off with some stories, and then we'll talk about your first warning forecast. As a quick overview, this is what we're going to be talking about here tonight. A protest in Catskill, one of many that's been happening. A captured fugitive in court, and a nurse who saves a man in a crash. That's that incredible video that you've been seeing of the car falling off the overpass after driving the wrong way. Incredible. Tesla got a really good interview, and we'll talk about that in a second. But first, parents and students held a protest outside the Catskill superintendent's office today, and this is at least the 5th demonstration in the past week. It all centers around suspension of the high school music teacher and principal. The high school music teacher saying that she was accused of putting tape on the mouths of students who would not stop talking. The students who were rallying say they knew that the teacher was joking. The school musical is supposed to happen in a week, but the future of that performance is unclear at this time. People at the rally want to talk to the superintendent and stop the investigation into this. The school says that the investigation is ongoing and says that it can't add more than that at this point. Well, the wheels of justice can turn slowly sometimes, but tonight in Cohoes, they are gaining traction and they are gaining speed. A captured fugitive, Neil Garzon, appeared in Cohoes City Court today, more than 2 years after fleeing the capital region and the country following the murder of a 6-week-old baby. Neil Garzon stood before a Cohoes City Court judge today, and Cohoes police allege Garzon and his husband, Anthony Ojeda, fled the area together back in 2019 after the death of Ojeda's 6-week-old son, Eli. At the time, both were facing criminal charges connected to the little boy's death. And at the time the couple fled the capital region, Ojeda was facing a murder indictment. Garzon was looking at child endangerment and allegation there. Anthony Ojeda remains in Mexico City, still awaiting extradition tonight. Well, I talked about that nurse story. It's incredible. This woman came to the rescue of a wrong-way driver after he was driving the wrong way on the thruway and then went off an overpass onto the road below. The nurse jumped out of her car. She ran to save the 84-year-old man's life who was driving this vehicle as it plummets right there. And she just happened to be in the right place at the right time. And she did all of this 26 weeks pregnant. Chrissy Shepard, she's a trauma nurse practitioner who was just at the right place at the right time. She got off her 10-hour shift at Bassett Medical Center in Cooperstown. The crash happened around 6 p.m. Tuesday at the exit that she takes to get home. She says she was able to evaluate the man because of her specialized trauma training. Shepard says the man had some cuts and scrapes to his face, and he was taken to Albany Med for minor injuries, which is miraculous. Well, let's talk about your first warning forecast here. This is what we are taking a look at temperature-wise across the region. And as we head into the weekend, you'll notice that our low temperatures will stay in the 30s and the highs are going to be staying in the lower to mid 50s. This is now Friday. As we advance into Friday night and into Saturday, 36 for your low heading into Saturday. Saturday, a little bit cooler than Friday, getting up to the mid 40s. Again, the overnight hours staying on the chillier side before we get into Sunday, and things will be just a little bit cooler then as well. Your satellite and radar image showing just nice thin clouds across the region here tonight, but we do have rain that's on the way. And because of all the rain that we've seen previously, we do have a flood warning here that is in place. This is one of those areas that floods frequently, and so we're not surprised by this, but with more rain on the way, we're keeping an eye on it for sure. Right now, it's in a minor flood stage. Your hour-by-hour forecast, as we break this down, notice will stay mostly clear as we head into tonight, and it will stay that way as we head into the lunchtime hour Friday, but clouds do tend to thicken up before the arrival of the rain and the snow, and that's what we're going to be seeing on this model as well. By Saturday morning, things still staying dry, but by lunchtime, that's when we start to see things start to thicken up. The higher elevations will be seeing the snow, the lower elevations will be seeing the rain. And the rain will become more widespread as we head into Saturday night with pockets of heavy rain at times. By the time we get to Sunday morning, things start to thin out just a little bit and it becomes much more scattered for the rest of Sunday. Your wind chill factor as we head into tomorrow, it's going to feel like the 20s by the time we start off tomorrow, getting up to the lower 50s by 3 o'clock and then dropping back down to the lower 40s by 7 o'clock. So for tonight, 29 degrees, clearing overnight with colder temperatures. For tomorrow, staying in the 50s, mix of sun and clouds, nice and pleasant. your 7-day planner looks like this. Don't forget to spring forward this weekend. It is daylight saving time. So that rain and snow moves in Saturday, lasts into Sunday, then 41 from Monday, windy but dry. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we will stay dry as well, getting up to 60 by the time we get to Thursday. So we talked about a lot here tonight. Much more to come, coming up on News Channel 13 Live at 11.